Hey guys, I'm here in the garden and today I'm going to do a tour of my yard. I know I've been doing tours of other people's yards, but today I'm just going to show you guys my yard. It is the day before Christmas, so Merry Christmas everybody. This is sort of going to be my Christmas garden tour, and then we'll do another one in the spring so you guys can see the difference between what it looks like in the winter and what it's going to look like in the spring and the summer, okay? So here we go. This is the first tree in the yard. I'm going to give you a pan of where we're going to go, but this is the first tree. This is a coconut cream mango, and I think it's starting to flower. It's December, but everything's flowering super early. Not seeing any buds on this particular one, but here's my Glen Mango, and this one definitely does have flowers on it, which is super early, but everything's a little wacky this year. This is a Hall Avocado, which I was tall and super skinny, so I ended up cutting it off right about here, and it's branched out a lot more, so it's looking a lot better. It's gonna have a better shape to it. And this monstrosity is my Valencia Pride Mango, which I am gonna cut way back after it fruits this year. So because of that, I've done a few air layers on it, because these are points where I'm gonna cut the branches. So like right about here, I'm gonna cut this off here, and pretty much everything at about 6 feet, this tree is gonna be cut off, and it's gonna branch out and grow. But you want your mango trees to be more of a bush than a tree. They're gonna be more productive, they're not gonna take up as much space, and you'll also be able to reach all the mangoes. So that's a good thing. I got a couple grafts on this tree, but it's not one tree that I've grafted heavily. Here's a graft here, and I believe that this is, let's see what's on this graft here. This is coconut cream that's grafted onto this Valencia Pride Mango. So that branch will produce coconut cream mangoes. This is a Sugarloaf Mango, which is one of my favorites. Last year, I just planted it last year. It only produced 2 mangoes last year, but it's flowering already. And last year, I got 1 mango and the squirrels got the other one. This is my avocado, which is also flowering. This is a day avocado. And this is my #1 producing avocado. It's kind of growing a little out towards this tree, so I'm gonna cut a couple branches off after it fruits this year. That's why I'm air layering it in a couple places, just to try to control the size of it. And if we go through here, we have a couple of dragon fruit here. Oh, this one kind of is falling off here. We're gonna push that back up. Just gonna tie that in there later on today. I'll tie that up later today. And then I built a couple trellises for these dragon fruit over here, and they're doing pretty good. Putting out some new growth. That's a new tip right there. Here we have my Kent mango tree. This was the first mango tree that I planted, and it also has some grafts on it. It's got some Maha Chinook and some turpentine on it. It also has a air layer on there as well, so I'm gonna make a new tree from that. This here is my sweet almond bush, which is growing out of control, but it's a pollinator plant, so it makes a really strong smelling flower, and it also attracts predators, like this ladybug. You know, they eat aphids, so it attracts pollinators, but it also attracts predators, so it's a great plant to have around. Not everything has to produce food. Some of them can have other purposes. This is a Malaika Mango here, and this Malaika Mango produced 4 different types of mangoes last year, and one of those grafts is flowering right now. These are Glen Mango flowers on this Malaika. It also produced Alfonso and Namdok Mai mangoes as well. I'm gonna come around the outside of this tree here, and I'll show you guys the next one here. This is my lychee tree. I'm not sure what variety of lychee it is, but it's one of my favorite trees, and it produces a nice amount of lychee. It's flowering as well. And also the air layer that I took off of this tree is in this pot here. This is flowering as well. So, you know, that goes to show, you know, when you clone a tree by air layering, that tree's already mature. I have videos on air layering. You can check them out on YouTube or TikTok or Instagram. This is my Cherry Mango, which is also in bloom in December, and it's a big producer as well. It makes a nice small mango. It's very good. It is a descendant of the Julie Mango, the famous Julie Mango. This is my Barbados Cherry, and I'm air layering this because I'm gonna move this tree. It's a pretty big tree to move, so I'm not sure if it's gonna survive the move or not. But that's why I'm air layering it, so if it doesn't survive the move, I'll have 2 copies of it already. Over here we have a little Jabuticaba. I have some bigger ones, but this is a little small one that I have here. This is a Turks Cap Hibiscus, and the cool thing about this is these flowers are edible. I believe all hibiscus flowers are edible, but these ones, you can just basically take the tip, and they're very sweet. You can suck the sugar out. Some people just eat the whole leaf, eat the whole flower, but I kind of suck the sugar out. This is a Jamun, which I also did an air layer off of. I planted that in the food forest a little deeper, so we'll get to that. This is like a black plum. Oh, and all up in that tree there, that's all passion fruit. So as we're walking around, we might find some passion fruit on the ground. I haven't walked through here this morning yet, so this is my first walkthrough, so might discover some new stuff. This is another lychee tree that I purchased here. I just planted that last year, and it's doing very well, putting out a lot of new growth. Last year it produced a couple of lychees, so maybe it'll produce a few more this year. This is a longan, which is kind of like a lychee. I consider it to be like a poor man's lychee, but they are very productive and they produce a lot. I think we might have some flowers coming on this right now, so good luck with that, hopefully. This is my Harvest Moon Mango, which is my Frankenstein tree, because on this tree, pretty much every branch on this side of the tree is grafted. I probably have at least a dozen varieties of mangoes on this tree. Like I have some Sugarloaf here, some Malaika here, more Sugarloaf over there. I know I've got coconut cream and Namdok Mai. So hopefully this tree will be very productive and it will produce a lot of different types of mangoes. This is my lemon meringue mango right here, and it's flowering as well. We have a winter Mexican avocado that I planted last year. It's kind of struggling a little bit, but it'll catch and it'll go. I just moved it from down there up to here, so hopefully it'll bounce back for me. A little Governor's Plum over here. We'll try to stay up here for now, and then we'll go down there in a bit. Some leftover dasheen that I didn't harvest. This is a little Namdok Mai mango. Over here we have a Jabuticaba that I just transplanted from down there. I put it up here so it could get more water because they really love water. And since it's been up here, it's put out a lot of new growth. So I think this is a really good spot for it. This tree actually does fruit. It doesn't have any flowers. Oh, it's got a little, it's about to flower right. I don't know if you guys can see that. See a little right there? That is a Jabuticaba flower that is starting. So this tree has fruited in the past. So I'm thinking that in this new spot, it will fruit a lot more. Actually, it's got a couple more too. It's got one right there's another one right there. So this tree should be very productive in this new spot. This is just a fiddle leaf fig. My wife likes this plant. It was a house plant and it's gotten totally out of control, and now it's occupying a very premium spot in the food forest. So I don't know what I'm gonna do with this thing. But over here we have a Pina Colada mango. I'm gonna go over here. We have a little Oro Negro avocado that is just starting out here, so we'll see how it does. And then we have more passion fruit growing up these trees over here. We have a little loquat tucked away in here. This is my wife's sort of ornamental area here. We're gonna go around here because I have a couple trees here that I want to show you. This is my olive tree here. Has not produced yet. It's still a young tree, but it's getting there. It's growing a lot. This is my bamboo wall. So we have a bamboo sort of wall just dividing the old forest over here. And if we go through the bamboo wall, we have some sour oranges here. Now this side is not my property. It's an old orange grove, but we cleaned off this tree and we just use it for sour oranges. And around the side here, we have another Jabuticaba, which is doing very well. It loves this spot right here. It has not produced yet, but it should be pretty close to producing. Then on the side here, I planted this cocoa or cacao really close to the house because I wanted to get the warmth from the house in the winter because they're very cold sensitive. So we've had a pretty mild winter so far, so hopefully that continues. Last year I protected it with a little mini greenhouse. This year I'm letting it fend for itself, so we'll see how it does. And then we have some crepe myrtles here, which if I had my way, I'd probably remove them and put all jabuticabas along the side of the house here. Jabuticabas are like it's like a Brazilian grape, and they grow right on the trunk of the tree, so they're really cool fruits. So here's the bamboo wall. We're gonna walk back through here. Some of my targets, because I bow hunt. So let's see. So this is my wife's flower garden area here. We have some cinnamon basil here, which is gone to flower, so you can just get seeds by just sort of pulling these off. And I just sprinkle them around, and maybe we'll get some more. Some more Turks Cap Hibiscus. This is an Anna apple, which is probably not going to produce here. This is my little greenhouse where I keep my super sensitive things in here and my little seedlings in here. So this is a cha-cha here. We've got a lot of mango seedlings. Also, we have a breadfruit in here, which I am super excited about. This right here is a breadfruit tree. It's not supposed to grow this far north, but we are really trying to push the limits, and hopefully we can get this thing to survive. If it survives, to a certain size, then it'll be fine. But we just got to get it mature. This is June plum, a dwarf June plum, and they lose their leaves in the winter, so they look kind of ratty. A little mulberry that I stuck in the ground and grafted some Pakistani mulberry onto it. A little June plum seedling. There's another, sugar apple seedling. And here we have a more mature sugar apple. We got a couple sugar apples from this tree last year. We have another loquat over here. There's an olive, a little mango seedling, a jackfruit seedling, and this is my cashew tree. So it flowered last year, but it didn't hold any fruit. Hopefully this year it will flower and hold fruit. This is a beauty berry. These grow wild here. I didn't plant this. They just grow wild. They're native to Florida, and they are edible. They're like purple berries that grow in clusters. People make jam out of them sometimes. This is the only fruit tree that was on our property when we moved here, and this is a Surinam cherry tree. I made some Surinam cherry wine this year because the cherries are not particularly good to eat. They kind of taste kind of medicine-y. I think they have the flavor of an electrical fire, but the wine actually came out pretty decent. We have a little curry leaf tree right there that I planted. We have Guinness that I am waiting for it to grow more. It's kind of a tough area for it to grow because it's a little colder than it likes here in this climate, but I'm going to baby it and see if it continues to grow. There's some pineapple. This is an orange crush jackfruit, so I'm excited about seeing what that's going to taste like. We have a wax jambu or a wax apple. Over here we have a jackfruit seedling that I planted from seed. We have another jackfruit seedling over here. And we have some figs here. The figs kind of lose their leaves in the winter. This one is an LSU fig, which is supposed to have very nematode-resistant roots, so we'll see how that goes. This is the air layer of the jamun that I showed you earlier. This is where I just planted this probably about a week ago, and it's doing pretty good here in the ground. Let's see. We have a little mango seedling over here. We have some ginger that I haven't harvested yet. Over here, it's probably ready to harvest. Oh yeah, that's probably ready. We have a Coco Po Banana, which is a new variety of banana that I'm growing. And I always throw my raw kitchen scraps around these trees, so a lot of seedlings pop up. So there's some mango seedlings and avocado and jackfruit seedlings just sprouting up around this banana. Over here we have a Crepe Mango, and we have another cocoa here, or cacao. This one's flowered, but it has not produced a fruit yet. We have a Baptiste Mango, which is one that I grafted. So that's the graft there, and that's the tree. And we have, this was given to me as a birthday present as a sugar apple, but I believe it is a custard apple. The leaves are not anything like a sugar apple leaf, so it's probably a custard apple, which is even cooler. This is a sugar apple here, and this is a custard apple, a red custard apple. We're gonna walk through this way. We got some dwarf Cavendish bananas. We got some cassava that's sort of on its last legs here, and there's some more ginger in this bed here. This here is a Chalada, which is a cross between a cherimoya and a custard apple. And it is very rare. A friend of mine has a friend who actually made this tree. It's a hybrid, and it's grafted onto pond apple rootstock. So there's probably only a few of these in the world. And I'm very anxious to see what this fruit's gonna taste like. We have another dwarf Cavendish banana. We have a Carambola here, or a star fruit. Another dwarf Cavendish banana. This is a chocolate pudding fruit, or a black sapote. Over there we have a dwarf Namois banana. We have some passion fruit running up this tree as well. This one hasn't produced fruit yet, so I'm very anxious to see what it's going to taste like. We have some Mayan tree spinach here. This is a ice cream banana. So I can get you a shot of that. It has not produced a fruit yet, so I'm excited about getting one from that too. This is another Carambola and another Carambola. So I have 3 varieties of Carambola, or star fruit. Most of the fruit are gone. There is one left on here right now. We've got some Brazilian spinach down here, some gandulas, or pigeon peas. This is cinnamon here. And the cool thing about cinnamon is the lines on the leaves go like long ways instead of going across. So that's how you know it's cinnamon. We have some coffee that I just transplanted to the understory so it can get more shade. It was getting too much sun. That's why it's looking so kind of yellowy. But I think that once it grows under there, it's going to do a little bit better. On the ground here is all sweet potato. So these are all sweet potato vines. So underneath here is all sweet potatoes. This is a soursop here. Toilet paper plant, super soft. Another sugar apple over here. We have another dwarf June plum and a hog plum. We have some katuk growing in here, which is a leafy green. It's kind of got a nutty flavor, and you can eat this. Got some seed pods on there. This is iboza, which is a medicinal tea. We have some Yerba Mate, which is a really big tea in Argentina. Has medicinal properties. Leaf of Life, which is supposed to be a tremendously medicinal. This is a plant that you can literally just put a leaf on the ground and it will grow a new plant from it. This is my biggest jackfruit here. It has a ton of male flowers on it, but it doesn't have any female flowers yet. The female flowers are the ones that produce the fruit. So if you look here, you can see flowers. Those are what the flowers look like. So I'm still waiting for a female flower to pop up on this tree. So I think this is the year that it will, because the tree is about, I don't know, 15 feet high, so it should be ready to produce. We have some Meringue here, which I cut back for the winter, but because it's been so mild, it's bouncing back already. Another pineapple, more soursop here. This is a chedapak. I believe I might be saying that wrong, but it's like a miniature jackfruit. So it's supposed to be more pungent than a jackfruit, so I'm excited about this one too. We got some more pineapples down here, all the sweet potato. This is another jabuticaba. This is one that I actually grafted some red jabuticaba onto it. So this one branch right here is the only branch that fruits on this tree, because it's the only mature branch on this tree, but eventually the whole tree will fruit. We have a hog plum over here. Now here we have some spinach. This is Okinawan spinach, and you can tell because it's got the purple underside. And this is longevity spinach, and both of them are amazing perennial spinaches. It's a must if you have a tropical garden and you want to have an unlimited supply of spinach. plant these guys. They just grow forever, and you'll have more spinach that you can eat. And you only plant it one time, which is the best part. We have some Cranberry Hibiscus over here. Step on too much of the spinach here. It's putting out some seeds right now. It's kind of down for the winter. This is another hog plum here. Back up so you can see it. This is a June plum, but it's not a dwarf variety. This is a full-size variety, but it's losing all its leaves for the winter. It'll bounce back. We have some bay leaf over here, just like bay leaf that you cook with. We've got some Meringue there as well, and some more curry leaf. We have a little lemon lime hybrid grafted lemon lime tree here. We have a little Mame sapote, a chirimoya, which is kind of like a sugar apple. We got some more pineapples here. This is a peanut butter fruit tree, which produces a little red fruit that actually tastes like peanut butter. It's actually really good. I like it. More katuk, another sugar apple. I love sugar apples, so I have a lot of sugar apple trees. This is the famous Julie mango here, which actually has some flowers on it. So I'm excited. Maybe we'll get a Julie mango this year if all works out. More pineapple, more cranberry hibiscus and katuk. That is a Mona Lisa banana. It's a nice, beautiful jackfruit here. On this side, we have elderberry here. We're probably going to stay on this side, and we'll get to that side eventually. We have a ice cream mango here. There's some dragon fruit growing up this trellis. This is a Cattleya guava, which does produce these nice little yellow guavas that are very tasty. And this is how easy cranberry hibiscus grows. This is just a branch I stuck in the ground, and it's growing. It's actually flowering even at this point. Another June plum here. We got some more dragon fruit. We have a persimmon that is dormant for the winter. This is another lychee tree that I have down here. It's kind of a rescue. It was doing really bad, and I brought it down here, and it's definitely doing a lot better. I use a lot of Mexican sunflower to amend the soil and add nutrients. It adds phosphorus and nitrogen to the soil. So there's more dragon fruits here, more elderberry. Up this tree here, we have a passion fruit. It's a yellow passion fruit, so I've never tried that one before. Over here, we have a Patanga tuba, or a star cherry. Little coconut here, a Pickering mango. Now here is a trellis that I built for my grapevines. And we built these grapevine trellis all out of vines that were in the ground as I was digging up here. So I said I'd use all natural things for it. So we got bamboo from over there, and we have vines from the ground. So it's all about permaculture, repurposing things. This is a loquat. It's got a little graft on it too. I grafted my friend's variety on here as well, so I might actually get to taste those this year. This is a little jackfruit seedling. We have a couple blueberry bushes. They're hard to see because they're kind of ratty right now. We have a mango. And this is a seedling that I have grafted on some curry and some, what else is on here? And some ice cream mangoes grafted onto this. And we have a Barbados Cherry down here. There's the lake. We've been here for 6 years, and I saw my first alligator in here probably about 2 weeks ago, maybe a week ago. Now down here we have sugar cane, because the sugar cane loves the water. So we have the sugar cane down here. We got bananas down here. So we have like the black sugar cane. We've also got the green sugar cane. We have a little peach tree that's struggling down here because last year this was all cassava, and the cassava blocked out the sun here. So next year I'm going to plant all my cassava along here. Let's see. We have more sugar cane down here. Lots of sugar cane. More bananas, pineapples. Let's see. Got some jackfruit seedlings, more pineapples. This is my coconut tree, which I'm actually gonna uncover today. It was a little cold last night, so I had it wrapped up to protect it because they're not supposed to grow this far north, but we're really pushing the boundaries with this and hopefully it'll survive. We're gonna go up this way, more pineapples. Got a little plum tree here. Oh, this is a finger lime, which is a really cool fruit. It hasn't produced yet, but the limes, you can eat them like straight. You don't have to like juice them or do anything with them. It's a really cool plant. We have another sugar apple here, which is going dormant, but it's starting to put out some new leaves. We have a papaya. We have some leftover turmeric, which is starting to die off now. We have our plantains, which we actually have a rack of plantains growing. So I'm excited about that. That's my first rack of plantains that I'm having. So I'm excited. We have some jackfruit seedlings over here. This is black pepper, which seems to always struggle, but it never dies. So it just kind of stays pretty much the same size. It's been there for a couple years now. We have some wild coffee here. Another soursop. We have some lemongrass over here. We're gonna go this way. More dwarf Cavendish banana. We have a sapodilla here. We have a jackfruit seedling. We have a mango seedling that I've done a few grafts on, so we're gonna see how that turns out. Got some yellow bamboo here. Another olive tree, and then I have my beehives here. The bees up this morning. It's a little chilly, so they're not really that active yet, but they should be up soon. We're gonna go down here. We have a triple sec mango, and we have some Mexican sunflower, which I've chopped back, and I use that as fertilizer throughout the yard. We have a jackfruit. It doesn't seem like it's doing so well in this spot. You know, I might have to move it, but it's there, still alive. We have some pomegranate here, which was transplanted from my friend's yard last summer, and it looked like it's doing pretty well. More sugar cane down here. We have a Ruby Supreme guava. And what I noticed was that the Mexican sunflower that I have here, all of a sudden it sprouted up over here. So I realized it's very easy to propagate. So what I did is I cut off a bunch of branches and I started sticking them in the ground down here. And now we have a bunch of new branches of Mexican sunflower that are gonna grow. And hopefully I'll have an unlimited supply of Mexican sunflower. And that's gonna be a great fertilizer for the whole yard. So this is another guava here as well. I believe I'm not sure what variety of guava is, but I got it from a friend of mine and we transplanted it here. And guavas love the water. That's why I have them close to the edge of the water. There's another pomegranate that I transplanted from up there to down here, and it's actually doing pretty good. It's putting out some new growth. Persimmon, Fuyu persimmon. This is a mulberry that I thought was gone because it got cut right down to the root, and then it grew right back, and then I grafted some Pakistani mulberry on top of it because the Pakistani mulberries I think are much better. We have a buttercream mango here. We have a fruit punch mango and a longan over here. This is my Alfonso mango and my Bombay mango. We have more pineapples down here. Let's see, we're back here to our coconut. So we're gonna walk up here and we're gonna see the last segment of the garden. So over here we have some lemongrass, and we'll save the raised beds for last. We have papaya over here. This is broadleaf thyme or Cuban oregano, and it grows, as you can see, like a weed. This is just one plant that's just taken over this whole area, and it has the most amazing aroma. It's great for cooking, it's great for seasoning. It's another one where if you put a leaf down, the leaf will grow a new plant. This is my strawberry tree. It's called a strawberry tree because the flowers look like strawberries, but the fruits are actually called Jamaican cherries. They usually hide underneath there. I might have picked the last couple yesterday, so can't show you any fruit on this one. This is a tamarind. Got a little baby loquat here. This is papaya. It's got some fruit on it. This is my mulberry tree. It's an everbearing. I've grafted some things onto it. Some other types of mulberries. It's actually got a couple little fruit on there right now. Eat those. But I use it as a trellis for my dragon fruit. This was the first dragon fruit I planted before I really knew that dragon fruit needed a trellis. So now this mulberry tree has become the trellis for the dragon fruit. More pigeon peas. The squirrels really hit the pigeon peas hard, so I don't really get a lot of them. This is another coconut here. This is my ginger bed, which is pretty much done for the year, so I need to harvest the rest of this ginger soon. We have a loquat back here, which also has a graft on it. Now around here, these are my raised beds. So mostly just vegetables in these beds here, nothing remarkable. This is a bed that was empty. I just planted some peas in there, some cow peas, because I want to sort of just have a cover crop on this right now. And if I get a bunch of peas, that'll be great too. But I'm going to grind up these plants and just put them back in the soil in this, just to get this bed ready for the summer. Oh, this is a miracle berry here. This is a fruit where if you eat these berries, anything you eat after that for the next hour will taste super sweet. So if you eat this and then drink a beer, it's actually going to taste like chocolate milk. You can eat a lemon or a lime and it won't be sour. It's really cool fruit. Got some garlic back here and some broccoli and carrots in the front. This is mostly carrots and garlic growing up in here, but they're just sprouting up now. Oh, my bananas. These are Namwa bananas. Obviously not a dwarf. They're like 25 feet up in the air. Another jabuticaba. This is a red jabuticaba, and it already fruited once. And this is the last bed here. This is one of my raised beds, and I have a lot of celery, some strawberries, it's a real mixed bag, tomatoes, got a lot of different things in here. So that pretty much sums it up, guys. We've done the full garden tour. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Check me out on Instagram and TikTok. All right, so we'll see you next time. Next time I'll do a midsummer tour or a late spring tour, and you can see the fruit on the trees, okay? All right, take care, guys. Bye.